recipients of power right here. And we are as well. And it's something that I know that around the world, we all know as First Nations people around the world, culture was seen as a token, as something to be looked down upon, as not as sophisticated as other cultures around the world. And cultures isn't the right word for invaders. I'll just say invaders. Their beliefs really were nothing as deep as what First Nations connections to spirituality, to country, to fire, to stuff that we wear, stuff that we gift properly, the real way of gifting. And I think they're envious of that, so they try to destroy it. Mm-hmm. Language was something that was taken from us and First Nations people around the world, and I know that America and Canada have the same story about mobs being taken and put on reservations. We've got missions and reserves here. Language was stopped. Kids were taken away as soon as they were able to work, and they never saw family again. And there's still people searching for family. We call it the stolen generation here. And I was meeting with a lady at a film festival last night, and she's from Canada as well, but Vancouver, and she called it something, your version of the stolen generation. Do you have a term?
60 scoop?
60 scoop. So the 1960s was scooping up all the kids. That's how I took it, and that's what it means. Yep. So we have that same trauma. And it's something that in my family, we didn't have any speakers of our language for 3 generations, and our ceremony stopped. But in 2015, this was before I had kids. I've got 2 adult daughters now. Before I had kids, when I was a young teenager, I found this book, and it had a ceremony in it, and it was called Murum Turul Kuruk. So Murum or Marum means body, Turul is a reed necklace, and Kuruk is the female suffix. So it's a women's coming of age ceremony. And we rekindled it, and we put 20 young girls through that ceremony. Uncle and Auntie have been to one, and it's something very amazing and special to experience, because I couldn't go through when I was a young teenager. So I went through with 2 senior elders, my girls, and altogether around 20 of us went through. So after 185 years, it didn't happen. And we've been doing it every year since, except for the COVID years. And the strength and power that we have in our young girls now is something that I lacked as a young girl. I was very self-conscious, I was very shy. I wouldn't even speak in public. If someone came up to me at school or whatever, I'd just shut down, because I was in a place that I realised later, and I didn't understand what cultural safety meant when I was at school. Cultural safety means you can express your cultural identity without retribution, and retribution literally means revenge, and that's how I felt as a young girl. If I expressed who I was, they would attack me in a revenge kind of way, like, are you against your own mob or whatever, thinking I was a white person. So through the years, I went to a place that showed me cultural safety, and it was a university, and from that day forward, I've tried to get a hold of as much information, cultural information as I could from elders. But again, some elders, they really were in that generation that everything was ripped from them. So they haven't got access to certain things. So by putting elders' knowledge, research knowledge, mob knowledge, collecting information from other mobs, we were able to wake up our language, we were able to wake up our ceremonies, and it's something that has pulled me in a really good way. I mean that.